Mention birds and New York City in the same sentence, and most people instantly think of pigeons. But over 300 bird species consider New York City home. Thousands travel through the metropolis during the spring and fall migration seasons. These birds are often injured by flying into buildings and by the impact of pollution and human carelessness. The Wild Bird Fund has rescued and rehabilitated over 3,000 sick, injured, or orphaned birds in and near New York City, releasing them back to the exact location where they were found. Earlier this year, we visited the Wild Bird Fund to learn how these creatures can positively affect humans and the environment, and just how important it is to help them heal.
The Wild Bird Fund is New York City's one and only wildlife rehabilitation center. He's had some pain with these feet.
Yeah, he just didn't want to go around.
Yeah. He's a little pale. Something's not quite right, huh? And you might think that New York, they've got pigeons. What do they have? We're very rich. We have over 355 different bird species that travel through here by migration, or they come here to breed, or they live here. New York is an oasis for the birds. It has more parklands and places where they can eat and rest and continue on their journey afterwards. But it's also a terrible maze to get through. It's very hard for them to get to the parklands and the open spaces that we have.
Hi, you brought the bird? Yep, I have a bird.
Most everything that happens to the birds is directly or indirectly due to human action. So great numbers of birds smash as they fly into buildings. They hit a skyscraper, office building, they go tumbling down 20, 30, 40, 50 stories to the sidewalk below.
It's possible he hit a window. Sometimes that will just kind of stun them, and they need a little time to recover from that.
It all began when I found a Canada goose lying on the side of a major highway. And I stopped and I put him in the back seat of my car and I brought him to the city, got on the phone, and it took 3 days until I found anywhere that would look at him or try to help him. And I put down my credit card at Animal Medical Center. They took the goose in, they called me the next day and said, take it. Now you have to find a place for him to be. So I did, and I drove him 2 hours north of the city for him to rehabilitate. And he was dead the next day. So not only did New York not have any means to care for wildlife, even the vets didn't know what to do with something wild. About 2000, I started rehabbing birds. From there, it just grew and it grew, and incorporated in 2005, and went on the internet then, and then it exploded. People will just type in wild bird, and we're the first thing that comes up. In the past year, we had 3,250 cases, not all birds, mostly birds.
Hello, Rosanna. Rosanna had an old injury. Anyway, he looks great. Here you can see, this is where I amputated. These are the stitches that I put in, and today I'm just doing my final exam, and I'm going to take out the stitches. And she's a free goose.
We deal with a lot of pigeons. We get some as babies and as adults and such, and they have such a long history with humans, so many centuries that we've lived together. We bred them. We made them not feral. The feral pigeon really has very little to do with the present pigeon because we bred them for so long. They connect to people in a very direct way. And the people who know the pigeons or deal with them or treat them, you won't hear them say any disparaging comments about them. They do tests on animal intelligence, and in the bird department, they leave out the feral pigeon because they go off the chart. You're such a good bird. What a good bird we have. Birds are very intelligent. They have different types of intelligence than we have. They will realize that we're helping them, and they will actually work to help us help them.
It's in there, but I'm not sure if it's alive still.
The most common thing that people say when they come in and they say, I never picked up a bird before. I don't think I even ever touched a bird. But I saw it, it was laying there, it looked at me, I looked at it, and I knew I had to help it.
Yeah, he's all gone. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know, it's still good you brought him in. You know, you gotta try for these guys. You can't always save them.
They care, and they get very attached to the animal. And it's hard on them when, in fact, there's not going to be anything that's going to save it. And they'll cry. They get very connected. They're really the champion of that animal. They went to the trouble to rescue it. They want to succeed or to make sure it's out of its misery. Someone brings the bird in and they're there for the exam, and you never know what it's going to be. But if it's something like a broken leg or a broken wing, that's going to be a month's repair. Lead poisoning can be even 2 months' time of medicine to take care of it. So in some cases, we ask the people to take care of the bird themselves if they have knowledge and are capable, and we'll give them the medicine to treat it. When the bird's ready to go, we call the person up and they release it back where they found it. Which is a very rewarding thing and quite wonderful for both us, because they're going to be doing it, and the bird. How do birds help us? It's part of nature. We realize now how much more we need to connect with nature, respect it, and not just to survive. We have to be more attuned to nature in order for our own survival in a very selfish way. And birds are sentinel creatures, not just sentient, but sentinel. They will be telling you when the environment's going down the drain. And if we don't watch and try to maintain the environment, we'll be going down the drain with them.
That's it for this week. Join the conversation with us on social media. We are CCTV America on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.